Welcome back to the Jacked Racing YouTube channel and what could be a very interesting and exciting day for us. So first I'm going to tell you what we've done, and then I'll talk a little bit about what we're about to do. So now that my parents are here, we have the old towing setup here. Obviously this is like way overkill for the little bomber car that we run, but we just use this to get everything else from the storage unit to get the garage going. So now it's a giant mess. The race car is buried in there somewhere, but we've got all of the rest of our tools, all the rest of our parts, different stuff for the machine shop back there. We've kind of got everything we need. It's just not organized in any way. And of course it's Florida in the middle of, or near the end of December, and it's still really hot, so I'm all sweaty. Moving is not fun, but it's going to be worth it to have that awesome shop space. So while we've got this trailer hooked up here though, we are going to go take a look at a new race car. I know I haven't really talked about it at all. We've been talking about it for a while, but we're going to go take a look at something. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'm going to keep that a secret just in case, you know, it doesn't work out. I got to build some suspense somehow. So that's what we're about to do. We're going to hit the road. It's a little bit of a drive, but it's a nice day. We're going to take a little trip, see if we can't come home with a new race car. All right, we're about 10 minutes away. We've been in the truck for about 2.5 hours now. It was a little bit of a drive, but that's okay. Going and looking at race cars is always interesting. You never quite know what you're gonna find when you get there. I mean, you can see the pictures and read the descriptions on the internet, but you just never quite know what you're getting into all the way until we get there. So hopefully everything checks out and we didn't just drive here all the way for nothing, but we'll see. If everything checks out, I think we'll be good to go. All right, it's a couple of days later. The trailer is up there, and there is an empty spot in the garage, which, as you can guess, means we brought home a car. Everything checked out pretty good. It was kind of a little bit better deal than we expected, actually. We're pretty happy with what we got. So I guess the next thing to do is just go get it out of the trailer and show you what we got. Here it is. We're going pro truck racing this year. We've been talking about it for a little while. I know I haven't really mentioned it on the channel, but we made the decision to go truck racing, so here it is. The 4-cylinder was a great division to get started in, but now it's time to get back behind the wheel of a rear-wheel drive V8 car, or truck, I guess you could say. Some of the reasoning behind this, definitely when I was growing up, me and my dad used to go to the truck races at IRP. That was one of my favorite things to do, so I've always kind of had a soft spot for the trucks. And you know, another thing is that they run all over the central Florida area, and there's kind of a point series that runs all around here, and the rules are very consistent track to track. So we're gonna have a little more flexibility where we can race this thing at. So just a lot of good reasons to pick trucks over some of the other divisions. So they're gonna get it cleaned up. It's a little dirty right now. Once we get it cleaned up, we'll pull it into the garage and I'll show you a little more about what we got. Alright, now that we got it all cleaned up and in the garage, let me tell you a little bit about it. I guess we'll start at the front. It's a 602 crate motor. It's sealed. There's nothing been done to it. That's the way we like to do it. It makes tech easy. We're not cheaters. We don't want to do any of that. We want to make everything nice and simple. 602 sealed crate motor. Behind that, it's got a Saginaw 3-speed and a Ford 9-inch in the back. So here's the inside. It's a pretty basic race car interior. This seat is going to have to come out because, believe it or not, this is too small for even me after I lost all the weight being sick. So this is going to come out. I'm going to put the seat from the bomber car over there in. Show you some of the cool stuff we got. This car actually has a fire suppression system like you'd see in NASCAR. There's a nozzle up there. There's a nozzle down here, and I think there's one more in there somewhere. Got all of our standard gauges, switch panel, all of that kind of stuff. They are allowed to run radios, and it's actually kind of mandatory to run radios in these cars, which is going to be completely new to me. I have never raced with a spotter before, so I'm very excited to have someone in my ears during the race telling me what's going on. I think it's going to help me out a lot, so that's going to be a really awesome change. One of the best parts here, we got a helmet blower system, which is going to be really nice in the heat of Florida because it is miserably hot sitting in lineup chutes waiting to go out. And I know the next question a lot of people are going to be asking is what's going on with the bomber car. Hurts my heart a little bit to say it, but it's going to go up for sale here very soon, if not by the time this video is released, because believe it or not, V8 cars are not cheap, so we gotta get some money to pay for some of the expenses that go with this thing. So bomber car is gonna be up for sale. It was such a good car for me. I had so much fun with it. It's a competitive car. We had a lot of top fives with it, even as a rookie driver at some of these tracks down here. So it's gonna hurt to see it go, but I think I'll kind of forget about it the first time I can stomp on this thing. All right, real quick, I'll show you everything else we got with the car too. So you can see basically the entire tire rack full of tires. We've got another set here that allegedly has about 75 laps on it. We got the air box, or the cold air box we're actually going to use during races. We got some drive shafts. We got a couple of different rear end chunks to use at some of the different tracks down here. Some rims with some different offsets, some springs, and then a right side header because the one on there is a little bit damaged, so we're going to swap this good one on. So yeah, for the condition the truck is in, that's been pretty good shape, and the decent amount of spare parts and stuff we got, I think it was a pretty good deal. Oh, I also, the radio system came with it. That's a big expense saved because those things are not cheap at all. So yeah, the deal was right, and we got ourselves into a whole new project here. So the plan with this truck right now, like I said, we're going to go through a lot of it. We're not going to have it on the track anytime in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be, maybe a month or two. We'll see. Maybe we can make it in time for World Series at New Smyrna and race the truck instead of the bomber, but we'll see. Everything's very tentative. We don't know quite what we're going to get into once we start taking it apart. So once we, tear into it a little bit, we're going to definitely go through the front suspension. We want to get that set up the way we like it. There's a couple of things in the rear end we noticed that we kind of want to change. Just, some other things. I got to put my seat in it. There's just a lot of little things that are going to add up and take a lot of time. So we'll get started on that pretty quick. I'll make videos of everything. As always, definitely subscribe. It's going to be a whole build series with this thing. I'll, I started right here. I'll show you kind of, well, maybe not giving away our secrets, but I'll show you everything we do to it. All the test runs and everything we do with it all the way up until our first race. Definitely subscribe. It's going to hopefully be very entertaining to see how we go through this new vehicle. Before I end the video real quick too, I also want to give a shout out to Fleming Family Racing. I've been wearing their shirt today. They've been super supportive of me doing all this YouTube stuff, super supportive when I was sick with everything. They got about more race cars than you can count on a hand, so if you like racing, go check them out. They got Legends cars, compacts they're working on, a street stock build. Definitely give them a subscribe. They're growing like crazy. They just won one of the big races at Southern Speedway, the race the Hunt the Front guys put on, so check them out. Give them a follow. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you're excited to see how this thing does. I'm definitely excited about it. Leave us a like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.